Hey, and welcome to the Know It All podcast with our Oscar special. We're doing a 2-for-1 today. Due to the medical community poisoning me, we had to break this into one whole show and go our picks and then our real picks for the Academy Awards instead of breaking it up for a Wednesday and Saturday show. So we're getting both things done. We're first going to go over our picks for our best movies of the year, and then we're going to break down and do our picks and best bets for the Academy Awards on Sunday night. So with me, of course, is Rita Cinema and Dr. Sage, our entertainment analyst, here to break down the Academy Awards. Are you ready to get into some movies here today?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so we're going to go into our picks, and these are our picks. They don't have to be Academy Award nominated films. They're just the films that came out in 2020, which feels like almost 10 years ago. I went back and looking up, and I forgot that half these movies even came out in the time period up to the Academy Awards in date, which was February 23rd of 2021. So let's start out at the bottom with Best Visual Effects. Rita Cinema, what did you have as your best visual effects in the 2020 Academy Awards?
Okay, well, I did not have any alternative films in this one to add to those already nominated. And because I think there's only one film that could possibly win this award, and that's Tenet. And I believe I'm going to give it actually was probably one of the better visual effects I've ever seen in a movie, period. It was not a movie I really enjoyed that much, but the visual effects.
I don't think you're going to like my list then.
Well, it was absolutely awesome. So I'm just going to go with Tenet on this one. I'm not even going to offer any alternatives.
All right, Dr. Sage, what do you have in the visual effects category?
Well, I don't even know if mine was technically eligible, but I'm going with Wonder Woman 1984.
It was eligible.
And I don't know why it wasn't nominated. What a tremendous movie with an awesome 80s montage in it, you know, the whole trying on the clothes thing. And it had an invisible plane. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I had Tenet as my best visual effects film. And then as a couple runners up, we'll go with nominees. I had Wonder Woman 1984 in there. Yes. I had Bad Boys for Life in there. I had the Birds of Prey film in there. And I also had the film Soul in there. So those were my 5 films. But my winner in the best visual effects category was definitely Tenet. I just thought that was a ridiculously put together, visually effective film. So we'll move on from that and we'll go into the musical categories. Best score. So Rita Cinema, where are we going with best score?
Well, you're moving around a little bit, so I'm going to have to move my notes around a little bit.
I think I'm going from bottom to top.
Actually, she's going from bottom to top.
I know, but my list doesn't follow that exactly. Okay, to be perfectly honest, I found this one hard to do. I can't even, I'm not sure, because when I watched the movies, I wasn't really thinking about original score. Sometimes I notice the music. But the fact that it's an original score, it's not always something I pay that much attention to. So I have to admit, other than the ones that were nominated, I really didn't go out and look for anything else. Although I will say, I do remember that I thought the music in Mank was awfully good. So maybe it's just that it wasn't, am I looking at, oh, it is nominated. Sorry, I'm looking at original song. I'm looking at the list for original song. Sorry, because Mank was very good.
Yes.
However, I'm going to give the award to Soul because I thought it had very good, sound, music. Sound is a different thing.
That's next.
That was very original sounding, and it worked so well with the story itself and the characters, and so I like the way the story and the characters and the music blended. So I will say also that I thought maybe if I'm going to offer an alternative, that Tenet also had a very interesting original score and probably should have been nominated. So.
Yeah. Dr. M. Sage, where are you going with best score?
Well, I'm a little off the board here. I have two picks. One is Hamilton because, I mean, it's Hamilton, right? The other is the documentary, The Bee Gees, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, which had awesome music.
It had awesome music, but I don't think that would be considered an original score. You're going
by weird Golden Globe rules in your...
Exactly.
Just asking. See, that's what I'm saying. When you think about original score, doesn't that mean the music has to be written
I think we're okay with it.
These are my awards.
Yes, I know.
Let me own them.
But that's what I'm asking. It's hard when you're watching a movie to review it or to think about it or just to be entertained by it, to think about, is this an original score or not? You know,
well,
that's what
next year
you
can focus more on original scores. So
I pay more attention to original song, which you didn't include on this list.
I sort of threw that all into original scores. It was
it's very different, actually.
Yes, I know, but it was a universal music thing because I didn't want to make 25 musical awards that we had to go over on the day. But best score for me was also Tenet. I had in there. My nominees for it was Judas and the Black Messiah. Mank was in there as well. I really actually liked The Life and Times of David Copperfield as well. And then Hans Zimmer, Wonder Woman 1984. I really love. Now, it was much better in the original Wonder Woman movie, but it's still really, really a fun theme. Also, I had marked down there, Defy Bloods. Spike Lee usually has a really good score for his film. I did not think this was his best one, but it still needs at least a little mention. But Tenet got my best score for this.
I went back and listened to I went back and watched Defy Bloods again because I watched it so long ago, a few days ago, because I was interested in listening to the music more. And I was kind of surprised that it was nominated, actually. I mean, I enjoyed the music, the score, but I was a little surprised.
Yeah, it was not Spike's best, but that's grading on a very big curve. But we'll move from score to sound. Rita, where are we going with best sound?
Well, hang on, I got to find my page here. I'm moving. I thought, again, just like with original score, I thought Tenet should have been nominated here as well, because the sound, as it followed the things that happened in the movie, I just thought that.
Well, it's being punished for ruining movie theaters, so
I guess it was just awards. Amazing. I just thought Tenet's sound was amazing. However, I think there's only one movie that can win this award. I couldn't go beyond it again, so I don't have a long list and that is Sound of Metal, because what they did to convey the story with the sound and it was amazing.
Dr. M. Sage, where are you going with best sound?
Sound of Metal. I think that it's amazing what they did with that movie.
Yeah. I think this is actually a pretty deep category, but I went with Tenet again, but also in there was Sound of Metal. And I thought Mank was really good too, the way they drived in the old school sort of feel of Hollywood into there. And then lastly, Bad Boys for Life also gets my best sound.
I watched Bad Boys for Life, but I can't for the life of me remember anything.
Yes, that was because it came out in pre-pandemic times. And we were all happier and more joyous people at that point in life. All right, so Tenet has swept my awards right now, but
definitely.
But it might be fading out as we get into the next handful of categories. We're going with best editing. So, Rita Cinema, where are we going with best editing here?
Well, this one was hard. I think it's awfully hard not to include Tenet in this one as well, because of the way it was put together. technically, the problem is technically that movie was just very well done. It's just that
nobody liked it.
I did not like the movie, which makes it hard with most of the other awards. But to tell you the truth, again, I felt like the two best. There were two that I thought were the best in terms of editing, and one was The Trial of the Chicago 7, with the way they put together the older
old footage,
and blended it with the current, with the movie itself, plus the courtroom scenes as well. I thought were so well done. And so, it definitely to me was one of the better edited films. But I would also throw in Nomadland, because the way the photography flows and you see the way they put together the scenes where the individuals were talking and living in their trailers, it's hard not to say that's not the best edited film.
Yeah. Dr. M. Sage, where did you go with the best editing?
Well, I'm going in a very different direction again. I think that Borat, subsequent movie film, was extremely well edited to have all of those different
I can't argue with that.
all of those different all of those different scenes, and put them together in a movie that actually flowed.
Where they were faking people out as well.
Yeah. So Borat. So you really are making a pitch to get on that Golden Globes committee. You've had the Bee Gees documentary and Borat nominated for your Academy Awards today.
I'm just waiting for my invitation.
Best editing for me was Chloe Zhao in Nomadland. If there was something I really, really thought that film did excellent, was just the way it was put together and moved, and the shots were just ridiculously good. So I thought that deserved the award. And if Nomadland wins anything, that one she should definitely win for sure. The other ones, Mikkel Nelson for Sound of Metal, I thought was a really nice piece of filmmaking, especially on the budget that they sort of had to work with there. James Herbert, The Gentleman, the Guy Ritchie movie, which nobody probably remembers, came out also around the same time as Bad Boys for Life, because it was pre-pandemic and we were all living the good life. But The Gentleman was a really solid film. And then Jay Cassidy for Birds of Prey were also in my nominees for best editing. But I think Chloe Zhao and Nomadland really, really deserve that award. But next up, we have costume design. Where are we going with that one, Rita Cinema?
Well, actually, I think one of the ones that was left out here was Wonder Woman in this case, where they did the 80s kind of thing. I thought that was kind of interesting in costume.
It was terrible.
But it won't, it's not winning my award. I just thought it was kind of interesting. No, I think, and I did wonder, the list you sent out of films included Coming to America, but I assume it's in next year's group, because
I think so.
The costumes for that movie.
Well, no, you had to look at, I sent you 2021, but you had to look at the cutoff date.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I think it's after the cutoff date.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it better be nominated next year.
It better be. Those were great costumes.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody will beat that. No, I think Emma by far. I also went back and watched that recently. The costume, and I was amazed, because the first time I saw the film, I was really watching more for the story. This time I watched for more of the things around the story, and one of them being the costumes. And oh my goodness, this movie needs to win Best Costume Design. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Dr. M. Sage, where are you going here?
I would agree with that. Now, Borat's costumes were pretty amazing, but Emma's costumes were beautiful. You can't, there isn't anything else in that category, I don't think, that can compare.
Well, this is one for the ages, because it's a three-way sweep here, because I also had Emma.
It's a sweep.
Alexander Brine for Emma. I had best costume design. Now, I did think there were two others that were really, really good. Trish Somerville and Mank. I thought the Mank costumes were ridiculously good too. And then Bina Dagler for Mulan. The Mulan movie really was something to behold.
I forgot
really
about
did
Mulan.
like that as well.
Well, I have trouble. There are two animated films that are nominated, and I guess you design costumes for animated films as well, but somehow or another, when you don't put real people in them,
I think they're talking about the live action Mulan, not the animated one.
Yeah, the live action Mulan.
Yes, I know, but it had animation in it as well, didn't it?
No,
I guess
it was all live action.
No, it was all live action.
Sorry, having a senior moment here. Maybe it's just Pinocchio. Pinocchio, was it a live action?
Yes.
I didn't see it. Okay, well, I
don't think anybody watched it.
No, I feel better now. Because I looked at that and I thought, why would you include? But yes, I watched Mulan too. I can't believe it. Okay.
My last one in there, I was throwing in a more modern one.
Wait a minute. None of us mentioned Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which everyone actually, we'll do this in our next show, but is what everybody thinks will win.
Yes. But the other one I threw in there, a more modern style, was Bad Boys for Life, Danya Pink.
For best costumes.
What costumes did they wear?
They're all wearing very nice designer shirts. Go look at what Mike Lowry's wardrobe is.
Okay.
Check out Mike Lowry's wardrobe in Bad Boys for Life, and you'll see it's a very stylish movie. So
let me throw out one more thing about Wonder Woman. I know I've been chastised here for picking a bad costume design, but one of the things they do in that movie is use clothes to show power on the women.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's costume in this movie is fantastic.
But the cheetah,
if they hadn't done the stupid thing where he's trying on all the 80s clothes, which just drove me nuts. It was too long. I hated that scene in the whole movie.
Well,
but Wonder Woman's costume is fantastic.
I thought it was kind of funny because I can remember wearing those stupid clothes like that. Well, I didn't wear men's clothes, but I thought it was pretty accurate actually. They were stupid looking clothes. But they, as that character that Kristen Wiig plays changes, they change her clothing.
Oh, yes,
to
absolutely.
Convey her personality, which, but it doesn't even approach Emma. So
no,
for that matter,
Wonder Woman had some really nice costume design, but I think Emma and then Mank and I think Mulan,
they're all better.
Yeah.
No question.
To the best looking film. We're going to go with best cinematography here. So cinematography, where are you going, Rita Cinema?
This one was, I didn't add any additional movies, although I suppose Tenet could kind of get in here. I think it's more visual effects than it is cinematography, if you want to, truly define cinematography. I think the two best are, I don't think there's anything better than Nomadland and Mank. I think those two were by far the best in terms of cinematography. I would probably, and it's hard for me to say, I can't pick between those two. I think they're very different kinds of films. One uses more digital, the other uses more true photography, but I thought both of them were very good in terms of the cinema aspects. I haven't seen News of the World. I kind of wondered. I don't know whether it,
cowboy hats and I think we're okay.
Well, just in terms of the landscapes and the cinema aspects.
I haven't had a chance to see that one either.
Seen it, so I feel like I haven't. It wasn't nominated. Well, it was nominated, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where are we going, Dr. M. Sage, for best cinematography?
I have to agree with Rita Cinema on this, and I would give it to Mank over Nomadland. I like the cinematography in Nomadland. I mean, it's pretty amazing, the photography in general there, but the look of Mank is so similar to the movie it's trying to emulate that I just really thought they did a good job with it.
Yeah, I think this is a fairly deep category. I could have probably written down about 15 or 20 movies down here, but I have Eric Messerschmidt for Mank as my best cinematography, but I think Hoyt van Homme for Tenet definitely deserves a little bit of a mention. Angus Hudson for The Life of Head, the Italian movie with Sophia Loren. I thought definitely at least deserves a mention there. Sean Bobbitt, Judas and the Black Messiah, definitely I thought had a really nice
had a great look. Yep.
As well. And then, of course, Nomadland and Joshua James Richards, I thought were really good. But I don't think there's really anywhere to go but Mank here, because that thing, while it's not my favorite film, it looked and sounded ridiculously well.
It did.
All right, we'll move
very
on.
much conveyed the period, the time period.
Yes, definitely.
It did.
You got the old Hollywood sort of feel out of that thing. Best screenplay we're going to. So I think we probably all...
By the way, there's 2 screenplay awards.
Yes, I know, but I didn't feel like researching whether it was an adapted or original. So
good for you, Champ. Good for you.
So which one are we doing, though?
You can, any screenplay.
Either or both.
All right. Thank you.
Best screenplay. What are you looking for?
Oh, am I up here?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's see. I think in terms of original screen, I seem to have not written any of my notes on this one.
Go from the top of your head. You can do it.
Yes. I'm just trying to remember if I had any films I wanted to add here. I think original screenplay, I think The Trial of the Chicago 7 is my favorite.
Yeah.
Wow.
And while I did like Promising Young Woman, I would give the screenplay to try. I thought, I know a lot of people don't like Aaron Sorkin, but he does this fast-paced dialogue thing.
Yeah.
And he did that in that movie, and it just made all the scenes work, I think, by doing that. And so I liked that. As far as adapted screenplay, again, I haven't seen The Father, so this was a little more difficult in terms of picking a winner. But I thought One Night in Miami was very good because he took his play and made it a movie, and it's very contained by the fact that it's all in one room with these 5 characters. And yet he was able, unlike Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which I think did not do well in terms of adaptation, this one did quite well. So I kind of would like to give the movie, the award to One Night in Miami.
Dr. M. Sage, where are you going?
Well, I have 2 for this category. One is an animated film, Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon. Awesome story. How can you do better than a great story of a cute alien that loves pizza and lands on a farm, And then I actually like Sound of Metal screenplay because it just tells such a good story. And Minari, of course, has a great screenplay, but I'm saving that.
Yeah. Best screenplay.
I didn't finish, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I had a couple of others to throw out there.
All right, go give us your
but
others.
I don't know. This is where I don't know whether they're adapted screenplays or original screenplays.
Doesn't matter for us.
All right.
We'll accept your answer.
This is why I did one, because I didn't want to look it up.
These are 2 of my movies that I'll talk about later in my overlooked list. One of them is Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, which I thought had a very, what's the word I'm looking for? It was just, it was a moving story with a great screenplay. And the other is The Assistant, which I thought was quite a interesting concept, and the way it was written and everything about it made me really love that screenplay. Now, I don't know. I would guess that both of those are original screenplays, but I'm not sure.
Well, I think we can tell you are my mother, because my winner is Aaron Sorkin in The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Wow.
My other screenplays are Kemp Powers, One Night in Miami, Kitty Green and the Assistant, and Eleanor Catton and Emma. So, but my winner is Aaron Sorkin. I don't like his directing, but he can write a screenplay or a TV show, I will admit.
Yeah, this is what happens when I don't have my notes, because Emma was on my list as well. That would be, of course, adapted screenplay.
Yes.
But it was just adorable.
Yeah, so
it was very good.
So you hit everyone I hit down. So
all right.
Shared brain.
And neither of you liked Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon. I cannot believe it.
No. I don't think I saw that movie, so I can't say. But I did see the other animated film that was getting a lot of attention, Wolf Walkers.
Wolf Walkers.
Wonderful. I assume, I don't know if it's from an Irish tale or if it's original, but wow, that's
yeah.
No, that one was really good. I almost put it into my movie list up here, but it didn't quite edge out. But we'll move to the big time awards here, and we're going to start out with Best Supporting Actress. So Rita Cinema, where are you going with Best Supporting Actress?
Oh, you didn't put that on our list, but I did.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, is it?
It is.
I just didn't write it down, that's all. Okay, but I did it anyway. Which one are we doing?
Best Supporting Actress.
Actress. Well, I couldn't tell if you said actor or actress. Okay. Best Supporting Actress. Should I start with the actresses I think were overlooked?
Yes, go with your nominees.
This is our Academy Awards. We aren't even into that part yet.
Well, because I think, we have our will win, should win coming up, and I know who will win. I think there were two actresses who did just beautiful jobs in their roles who were overlooked. One is Ellen Burstyn, who played the mother in Pieces of a Woman. I think her acting was, and believe me, I think Vanessa Kirby is great in that movie. It's not a good movie. It's not going to win any awards, but those two actresses stood out. And I thought Ellen Burstyn was overlooked. The other one, who actually I think might be somebody who should win the award, I'm going to go with her, was Dominique Fishback in Judas and the Black Messiah. She played his girlfriend/partner. And, I think she's overlooked because there are two male stars in that movie who stand out so much. And yet, Fred Hampton was who he was and did a lot of what he did because of that character. And she played that so subtly and yet strong woman. And you just felt her influence. I just thought she did an astounding job and was overlooked and should have been a Best Supporting nominee.
I would agree.
Like take Glenn Close out. Take Glenn Close out. I know she's and put Dominique Fishback in.
Yeah. Dr. M. Sage, where are you going with Best Supporting?
All right. I'm going out into left field here, and I know Rita Cinema is not going to agree with me, but I liked Kristen Scott Thomas as Mrs. Danvers in Rebecca.
Oh, my.
I thought she was an awesome Mrs. Danvers.
So Kristen Scott Thomas. All right. I'll live with that one. That might be her career achievement award there. I didn't really
she was a good Mrs. Danvers. She scared the crap out of me.
Okay.
I don't want to live with her. Come on.
My Best Supporting Actress, I really didn't like any of the ones who were nominated in the real ones. Other than Amanda Seyfried for Mank, I thought she was really
good.
My favorite character in the whole film. You mentioned Dominic Fishback in Judas and the Black Messiah. It's ridiculous that she wasn't nominated. And then Kristen Wiig in Wonder Woman 1984.
Kristen Wiig was good.
She was actually the best. She was actually the best part of the film. They should have had more.
Oh my goodness.
They should have had more.
I couldn't disagree more.
If they had more Cheetah we would have been okay. The problem is we didn't have more cheetah. So Kristen Wiig in 1984. But my winner overall for Best Supporting Actress is Mary Elizabeth Winstead in Birds of Prey. She plays the Huntress. I really, really liked her in that film. She was really, really great. I thought she just, that's probably the best role she's ever had. So Mary Elizabeth Winstead in Birds of Prey. So that's my winner.
Well, you liked Birds of Prey a lot more than I did.
Yes, I don't think you quite, that's probably not hit your comic book genre. You don't understand the cheekiness. It's supposed
I understand the cheekiness. I just,
all right, so we'll go from the girls to the boys here. And the Best Supporting Actor. Where are we going with Best Supporting Actor?
Okay, well, I have actually, this is strange because this one I had several that I thought had been overlooked.
Oh, I don't think that's strange at all, Rita Cinema.
One is actually Chadwick Boseman, who got nominated for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom as Best Actor, and of course, there are issues there.
It's okay.
Anyway,
we all know why.
I actually thought the nomination that he didn't get that he should have was as Best Supporting Actor in Da 5 Bloods. I thought that movie was not, I liked it when I watched it, but when I watched it again, I realized the things that were kind of wrong with that movie that, why it didn't get nominated.
Yeah.
Although, anyway, but Chadwick Boseman playing a supporting role in that was very good, very good. And the other one, I don't know, I never see anything about this. I thought Mark Rylance playing William Kunstler in The Trial of the Chicago 7. Of course, he's one of my favorite actors, so there's a little bit of a personal thing here. I really like him. But I thought he was pretty convincing. I just loved him as William Kunstler, although probably Kunstler was a little more druggy. I think he was probably high on marijuana or LSD most of the time he was in court. But anyway, I don't know. I really think I'm going to say for the next show who I think should win this award. But those are the ones I think were overlooked.
Yes.
So
okay.
Actually, just as a fun nominee, to Bill Nighy in I'm sure I'm not pronouncing his last name right. In Emma, played the father. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
He was hilarious, but I wouldn't put him as a Best Supporting Actor necessarily.
Dr. Ibsage, where are you going for Best Supporting Actor?
Once again, I'm going into far, far away from
Is it the sheep again?
everyone else. It is Christopher Jackson as George Washington in Hamilton.
Yeah, I couldn't do Hamilton.
You're really big on the Hamilton. So
I enjoyed watching Hamilton.
Yeah.
And when I make up my awards, it's about if I see this movie, I'm scrolling through the channels and it's on, will I stop and watch it? Yes, I will.
I'm not sure I categorize it even as a movie. I think I need to categorize it as a film.
But it has an Oscar nomination, so that's why I did it.
I know, but...
And I love George Washington. He's a great character.
My Best Supporting Actor probably is the favorite to win it is Daniel Kaluuya in Judas and the Black Messiah. He was just great in that film. The guys I thought my nominees, Hugh Grant in The Gentleman, I really, really liked him there. You mentioned Mark Rylance in The Trial of the Chicago 7. Really, really good. Chadwick Boseman in Da 5 Bloods, the actual nomination he should have got. I thought there were two really good performances in The 5 Bloods, even though it's not really a film I loved. And then I thought as a token nod, Bill Murray on The Rocks, I thought deserved a little bit of love. He was the funnest part of that movie. So
he was very good in that, but he played himself.
Yes, I know, but
yes,
it's
pretty
okay
much
for Bill to play himself. All right, so we'll move from supporting actor to Best Actress. Where are we going with Best Actress here?
Best Actress. I want to tell you that actually this year, I think this is one of the strongest fields I have seen in a while in terms of Best Actress. To me, This is the hardest one. This will be the hardest one. If I were a member of the Academy and had to vote on the actresses that are nominated, I don't even know if I could choose. They are all so
Interesting.
They're just so good in their roles. I think all of them are. Now, do I think there were some actresses overlooked? Yes. I think that Julia Garner for The Assistant, I thought she was outstanding. I'm sorry she wasn't nominated, but you can only pick 5. And I actually thought Anya Taylor-Joy was quite good in Emma.
Yes, she was.
I don't know that I don't think her performance stands up to these 5 who have been nominated, who have, different really meaty roles, I think.
You think Viola Davis should have been nominated?
Yes, I think she should have been nominated.
Interesting.
I
would replace.
She's actually the favorite right now.
I know.
What I'm reading. Yeah, I think she should have been nominated. My problem is I don't want to drag an actor or actress down by virtue of not liking the movie. And that movie I didn't like, but I thought she did do a good job playing the role. But I wouldn't give her the Academy Award. I think maybe I'll give the Academy Award to Vanessa Kirby.
Oh, Vanessa Kirby. All right. Dr. M. Sage, where are you going?
Nothing else. She didn't get enough attention from The Crown back when she played Margaret.
She was awesome in The Crown.
Yes, she is.
Oh. All right. Dr. M. Sage.
I would give Best Actress to Julia Garner in The Assistant. She carried that movie. The movie wouldn't be there without Julia Garner in it.
Right.
Well,
and her subtle acting was so good.
Now I think we're realizing we're all related here because my winner is Julia Garner for The Assistant. So
it's too bad the Academy overlooked her.
Yes, I know.
It is. It's a shame.
That movie I really did like. I sort of forgot it did come out when it had come out. And then when I did my research, I remembered it. And I was like, that was really probably one of the better movies of the year. Yeah. And it just sort of got lost. Yeah. I don't know if it's sort of being on Hulu or something, just sort of made it disappear. But you mentioned Anya Taylor-Joy as Emma. I really thought was really good. Margot Robbie in Birds of Prey was another nominee. Sophia Loren in The Life Ahead. Yeah. I have, and then the 2 nominees that got nominations, Carey Mulligan in Promising Young Woman, and then Frances McDormand in Nomadland were my nominees overall. But I really liked Julie Gardner in the
it is kind of a shame that Sophia Loren really was not. I didn't put her
surprised.
In my list, but she was so wonderful in that film.
I'm surprised.
Well, keep that in your mind for Best Actor.
I think it just didn't get much attention. It didn't even get a nomination for Best International Film.
Yes, no, it didn't. But they might also not have put it in there too. So there's no telling. But we'll move on to Best Actor. Rita Cinema, where are we going with Best Actor here?
Okay, well, I put Bill Murray in here. That's where I included him.
Okay.
Maybe supporting actor would be.
Well, I think that's okay. Lakeith Stanfield ended up in
Okay. Well, that's one of my best. That's one of the things I want to mention. He is on my Best Actor list. I think he should have been nominated for Best Actor and not Best Supporting Actor.
Somehow I agree. In every scene in the movie.
I thought he was excellent. But this was a category where I'm not as impressed with the list. Well, I am. They're all very good. But Delroy Lindo from Da 5 Bloods, how did he not get a nomination? He really was, his acting, maybe it's just the film. I don't know.
I think maybe a little of the film. It also might be a little of the character. I don't know if the Trump-loving black man is going to sell well.
He played the far-right black, the only one in the country, I suppose. No, that's not true. But he played a black man who, has very conservative feelings and wears a Make America Great hat again. But his acting should have been recognized. And also I thought Dev Patel in The Personal History of David Copperfield was just wonderful. I would have nominated him. Can we have 10 actors nominated? Anyway,
well, give it 15 to 20 years and we probably will.
I think that I'm going to tell you, this is who I think should win the award.
Okay.
I think Riz Ahmed,
Oh, yes.
Sound of Metal. That was a hard role to play, and he was darn good in it.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, I haven't seen The Father. And so I can't comment because I suspect Anthony Hopkins.
Of course. Really Anthony Hopkins is pretty much
yes.
always good.
So it was hard for me on this one.
Yeah. Dr. M. Sage, where are you going with Best Actor?
Now, see, I tried not to pick the actors that were in the categories that were going on in the next show. But Lakeith Stanfield should have been nominated as Best Actor, and that's who I would choose. Yeah. The other person that I thought is wonderful in his role, and I'm going to put him in Best Actor because he was in the movie in almost every scene, is Alan Kim in Minari.
Yeah. Oh, the little boy. Yes.
Yeah. He's really good.
I had Riz Ahmed nominated in Sound of Metal and Delroy Lindo in The Five Bloods. That was the other great performance I thought in The Five Bloods. Lindo and Chadwick Boseman. And then, but my winner is the little boy in The Life Ahead, Ibrahim Aguirre.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was ridiculously good. And I don't think this category is all that deep. I haven't seen The Father yet, so I sort of left a spot open there for Anthony Hopkins. But that little boy in The Life Ahead, I thought really, him and Sophia Loren carried that movie really, really nicely together. So that would be my number one choice. But we'll move on to Best Director here. So where are we going with Best Director?
Hang on a second. Got my pages all mixed up here. There we go. Best Director. I mean, I know what the answer is, but okay. Well, there were a couple who were overlooked, and I'm sure you don't think Aaron Sorkin was overlooked, but I think he was, because I like The Trial of the Chicago 7 as a movie, as a film. I also think Regina King, who directed One Night in Miami. She had to take those actors and in a very contained situation and make it work. And with a play that's been adapted to the screen, I thought she did what she needed to do to make that work and give a feel of a movie and get the most out of those actors that were in the film. So I did think she was overlooked, but I can't not give the award to Chloe Zhao. That was a masterpiece.
Yes. All right, Dr. M. Sage, where are you going with Best Director?
Well, I have 3 directors here. Of course, Chloe Zhao. I mean, you can't not. So that's a shoo-in. But even though they did not have a movie this year, I will always choose Joel and Ethan Coen because they are my favorite directors ever. And then I'm going to give it to Frank Marshall for the Bee Gees documentary.
Oh, all right. Frank Marshall for the Bee Gees doc. All right. So,
the Coen brothers did do Fargo. They worked on it, which didn't get any nominations for anything, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, but they're just more producer credits than directors. So,
season 4 got overlooked, and I thought it was pretty good.
For Best Director, I had a couple nominees, Natalie Erica James for Relic, Kenny Green for The Assistant, and Guy Ritchie for The Gentleman. But I have a 2-way tie for Best Director. Chloe Zhao and Nomadland definitely in there. But then Adele and Bilal Fallah for Bad Boys for Life, I thought really resurrected that series. To take that.
Oh my God, is it going to be your Best Picture winner too?
Oh, I hope so.
Well, it might be nominated for sure. But to take that 90s piece of great cinema and to revive it and make it actually a good film with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence being now in their 50s really was kind of a nice place to be, especially
it takes some work.
Yes,
it takes
especially
some work.
when we've seen these kind of old school movies revived. If anybody would like to go see the latest Rambo installment, you can see what happens when we take very old actors and put them back in their action movie series. So
No.
to bring back Martin Lawrence, who really hadn't acted for a very long time, and then Will Smith, and put them into Bad Boys to Life. At least it deserves some love, and then tie it with Chloe Zhao and No Man Land. All right, we'll go to the big one. Best Picture. Where are we going, Rita Cinema, with your best picture?
I'm excited.
Okay, here is my list of overlooked films. I'm not... These were the ones that were not nominated.
My excitement is waning.
The Assistant, Emma. Really, Emma? A few years ago, that would have won Best Picture. Nowadays, it doesn't even get nominated. The Personal History of David Copperfield, On the Rocks, The Life Ahead, One Night in Miami, The White Tiger, and Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. Those are all... Now, I will say, this is what I'm going to say here. The films that were nominated really are the best films of the year. But these films are equally good, I think. You can't nominate everything. And, you know, I guess these just, you know, they could have popped up in here. I mean, sometimes you see something like that. But I do think the films that were nominated were probably the best. But drum roll, please. I'm picking
Here
Emma.
it comes.
Emma for Best Picture.
Emma!
And let me tell you, I have a personal attachment to that movie. It was the last film I saw in a theater on March 11th before the pandemic hit, and I haven't been back in a movie theater since. So everything else has been on my TV.
Well,
Emma.
All right, Dr. M. Sage, where are you going for your Best Picture?
Well, I don't think that either of you will agree with my Best Picture. I have a tie.
It's not the Bee
One
Gees
of them,
doc,
I'm sure you can guess, is Bee Gees, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? And the other movie that was overlooked that I would watch in a heartbeat any day of the week is Eurovision, The Story of Fire Saga.
I thought that
and
might
there
get
you have it.
Best sound thing for you, maybe. But
it might have been as good as Bad Boys for Life.
No.
I think it was better than Bad Boys
No,
for Life.
it certainly was not. A couple nominees I have. Sound of Metal definitely made my list for Best Picture. The Assistant made my list for Best Picture. The film Relic, which technically is The Father, but the Australian version of it, and actually might be probably better, but nobody caught up to that one. I thought Soul sort of got lost in there.
Yeah, it did. Well, it was nominated for Best Animated film.
Yes, I know, but that's
and it will win probably.
Whatever Pixar
it will win.
Gets nominated. They could just show a blank screen with a bouncing ball and they nominate it. But I thought it was really a good film. And then The Gentleman, and of course, Bad Boys for Life is in there as well. But my Best Picture is Tenet. I really got screwed over.
I can't believe you didn't choose Eurovision or the Bee Gees documentary. Come on.
If I was choosing a documentary, it would have been the Michael Jordan doc. So
yeah.
But that was a television series.
Yes,
we're talking Emmy Awards.
That wouldn't count as a movie.
Yes, but it would have like 4 years ago when they changed it because the OJ doc was 75 hours long. And,
but so when the Emmys come up, that one will be on my list.
Yeah. All right. So those are our Best Picture and Academy Award nominees. Now we'll go into the odds for the real ones. All right, so let's get into the real Academy Award picks. Let's start out with Best Visual Effects. Tenet comes in as a 4.5 to 1 favorite, with then Midnight Sky at plus 285, Mulan at plus 1,500, Love and Monsters at plus 2,800, the one and only Ivan plus 3,000. Rita Cinema, where is your pick for Best Visual Effects?
Okay, are we supposed to do what will win or what should win or both?
You can do your best bet and what you want to win.
All right.
If you want to choose Ivan, that is fine.
So we're doing, this one is Best Visual Effects.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, just put your money on Tenet. You won't win very much, but I don't think anything else here will win.
That's probably a safe bet. Dr. M. Sage.
I would say that's a safe bet. I don't think there's anything else in the category that is even really very interesting.
And I'm shocked that Midnight Sky was even nominated. I thought their visual effects were fakey and like they had miniature. I just hated that.
That's why this category is, there's nothing to it.
Tenet would be my choice. And if you take anything else, you're pretty much insane. So ride with Tenet here if you want to win a couple dollars. Though the odds, my guess, are spiking even higher as the days go by. So
I would say so.
So we'll move on to Best Sound. Sound of Metal is a minus 9 to 1 favorite. Mank comes in at plus 850. Soul at plus 850. News of the World at plus 1,800. And Greyhound at plus 2,200. Tom Hanks can no longer get real nominations, but he's in a lot of movies that have good sound, apparently. So where are we going for Best Sound, Rita Cinema?
Well, at least in this category, they have some substantial nominees that actually could deserve the award. But I think that there's both. I'd put all my money on Sound of Metal. I thought the sound, the fact that they were dealing with death and they made you, you transitioned from full sound to muffled sound and no sound. And it was just so great the way they did that. I think they will win. I'd put my money on Sound of Metal.
Yeah. Dr. M. Sage, where are you going with this one?
I would also put my money on Sound of Metal. The movement from third person to first person, like Rita Cinema said, was just amazing. It was just a very well done movie.
Yeah.
And I think people should watch it just for the sound, frankly. If you don't have any interest in it, you still should watch it for the sound.
Yeah.
But you'll get pulled into the story too.
The sound is really good in that one. Mank at plus 850, I think is a little bit live. We'll see where everybody's fascination with Fincher goes, because it could be a bit of a live underdog here, especially with a film like Sound of Metal. That's a really, really small film. And I wonder how many people actually even saw it who were voting on the award overall. So,
well, I think Mank or Soul both could
sneak
pull a little bit of an upset here, but they shouldn't.
Yes,
Mank was good. The sound was very good. So was Soul.
Mm-hmm. It was.
All right, we'll move on to Best Original Score. Soul is the favorite here at minus 800. Mank comes in at plus 500. Minari at plus 1,200. News of the World at plus 2,500. And Defy Bloods at plus 2,800. Where are you going with Best Original Score, Rita Cinema?
I think Soul's probably going to win it. But to tell you the truth, if I wanted to go out there on a limb, I think I might put my money on Mank.
Yeah, that's I'm with you there. Dr. M. Sage, what are you thinking about Best Original Score?
I liked both Mank and Minari's original score. I thought they did beautiful music. When the music enhances the movie but doesn't take over, so you're listening to it, that's when you know you have a really good score. I think Soul will probably win, but I would probably go for my choice with Mank.
Yeah, that's where I was curious about. You'll sort of see where the Fincher thing sits. Like if he wins something for like Best Sound, I think it could sort of start to sweep all these little sound and music categories here for Mank. So I think that 5-1's a little bit of a live underdog, but solid 800, I think, will be hard to beat for sure. All right, let's go to Best Makeup. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is the favorite at -250. Hillbilly Elegy at +550. Mank at +650. Pinocchio at +650. And Emma at +1400. What is your favorite for Best Makeup?
I think that probably Ma Rainey's Black Bottom will win. Mainly because I hate to almost hate to say it, but I think Hillbilly Elegy actually did a pretty darn good job with the makeup, and it could be a dark horse. However, I think everyone hated that movie so much that they're not going to give it an award for anything, including makeup. So Mank would be my other choice, but I think Ma Rainey's Black Bottom will win.
Yeah. Dr. M. Sage, where are you going for Best Makeup?
I'm going with Hillbilly Elegy. I think it will win, and I think it should win.
Yeah.
I did not like the makeup in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I thought they did, and I thought they overdid Ma Rainey's makeup. I know a bit about Ma Rainey, and I know pictures of Ma Rainey, and she didn't look like that.
Yeah. I think Hillbilly Elegy, it depends how much they hate the film overall, but I do think it's probably the best out of this choices. So at 550, worth a shot, but I think they're going to want to give Ma Rainey's Black Bottom some love somewhere in there. I'm not 100% sure why, but it just seems like this is a nice token Oscar to give it, and no one will really pay attention that it doesn't win anything else. We'll move up to Best Film Editing. We have the Trial of the Chicago 7 at -130. The Sound of Metal at +160. Nomadland at +600. Promising Young Woman at +1400. And The Father at +2200. This is a pretty tight and deep category here. Where are you going, Rita Cinema?
I will put my money on I think the favorite here, -130 at Trial of Chicago 7. I think it will win. I think it should win. Although I do think Sound of Metal deserves some kudos.
Yeah, definitely so.
If I were going for it a long shot, I'd go with it. I don't know whether Nomadland might sneak in. A lot of people really like what was done there. But,
yeah.
I'm thinking in terms of the Academy voting,
Where are you going with
I actually think that Nomadland will win for Best Editing. Putting all of that together, that was a good job. I would go with that one.
Yeah, my choice would be Sound of Metal or Nomadland here, but I think the Trial of the Chicago 7's cut a little too clean, and I think the Academy will definitely probably lean that way, but I think they'll save Nomadland's awards for probably Best Director and Best Picture here, so it might get a little looked over at Best Film Editing. Like I said, The Sound of Metal, which I think probably deserves the award here. I'm just really curious how many of the people who are voting on this have watched that one, all the way through. So I think Trial of the Chicago 7 probably wins it here, but Nomadland, I think a little bit of a live choice there. All right, let's go up to Costume Design. Emma at +120 is a co-favorite with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom at +120, Make at +350, Pinocchio +2200, and Mulan at +2800. Where are we going with Costume Design, Rita Cinema?
Well, I think Emma should win. I was really impressed with the costumes in that film, but I think Ma Rainey's Black Bottom will win because I think they want to give the award to that movie, from what I've
Dr. M. Sage?
I think Emma will win, and I would pick Emma to win. I'm not taken with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and I'm not taken with the costuming or the makeup at all, frankly.
I'm not either, but the Academy is, apparently.
I'm going with Pinocchio here.
Are you really?
Okay.
No, I'm not going with Pinocchio. Oh. I can't even believe that stupid movie.
Yeah, put 100 spot on that movie to win.
Pinocchio. That would be an interesting choice.
No, I think Emma might steal this. They seem to like those sort of Victorian era
period
stylish
dramas.
films. So I think this might get Emma a little love here. So Emma at plus 120.
I hope so.
I do really like here. I do think it's the deserving winner. A little love to Mank as well at plus 350, but I don't think it stands a chance for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom or Emma. Okay, we'll go on to Best Cinematography. Nomadland is the favorite here at minus 210. Mank comes in at plus 190. News of the World at plus 1200. Judas and the Black Messiah at plus 1600. And The Trial of the Chicago 7 at plus 2000. Where are you going with cinematography here?
Well, once again, I think the favorite will win here. I think Nomadland will win. I kind of think Mank should win, but I think Nomadland will win.
Dr. M. Sage, where are you going?
My goodness, Rita Cinema and I agree. I think Mank should win, but I think Nomadland will win.
Yeah, see, I think Mank's a play here at plus 190. This has Fincher written all over it. They'll hand Fincher these type of awards, and then they can skip him for his bad movie that he actually made instead of just making something that looks visually pretty, despite the movie being stupid. But I
love the movie. I did not find that movie stupid.
Oh, God. Sitting watching Gary Oldman be drunk for 2 hours is not my... Yeah. Thing of entertainment. I watched that throughout the 80s.
I I wanted to like that movie, and I just hated all the people in it. And so I couldn't, except for Marion Davies, they were all just despicable people, and I disliked them, and it made me, unfortunately, dislike the movie.
They were despicable people. But I cared what happened to those despicable people, which made me really like the movie. I loved that movie.
They didn't even hit the best part where you could have had Mank and Orson Welles pretty much hate each other throughout. That's the story they should have told, and they didn't even tell that till the last, last scene of the movie.
But the movie isn't about him. It's about Mankiewicz.
Yes, yeah. I know, but Mank being drunk in a room is boring.
That's it. That's exactly what I said about that movie. Who the hell wants to see a movie about Mankiewicz?
I thought that movie was fantastic. I watched that movie with someone who absolutely hates Citizen Kane, who said, I think I want to watch Citizen Kane again after this.
Well, yeah, that's saying Kane is good. All right.
I liked Mank a lot.
I liked the way Mank looked.
Mank is almost as good as the Bee Gees documentary.
All right. We'll go with Best Animated Film. Soul at minus 900. Wolfwalkers at plus 450. Onward at plus 1400. Over the Moon at plus 2800. And Shaun the Sheep at Farmageddon at plus 4000. Is Dr. M. Sage going to take a long shot here and Shaun the Sheep? Where are you going, Dr. M. Sage? Long shot back here?
I am not going with the long shot because everyone, I think, knows that Soul will win this category.
Rita Cinema, where are you going with the Best Animated Feature?
Well, I will tell you that I think Soul will win too because it's Pixar, it's Disney. I think everybody's seen it. Everyone was looking forward to seeing it. But to be honest, I have not watched Over the Moon or Shaun the Sheep, so I need to be honest about that. I don't know. But I'll tell you that Wolfwalkers is a wonderful tale with very eye-catching art. It is not Pixar sharp kind of.
It's old school animation.
Yeah.
But I wish it could win, but I'm pretty sure Soul will win.
Yeah, anybody who doesn't take Soul in the Pixar film, probably should go back.
And I loved Soul. I really enjoyed it.
Soul's a beautiful movie, though. It's a good movie.
Artistically, I was just very impressed with Wolfwalkers in the story.
Well, I think that's where they sort of need to do a separate category for these animated films. One like Wolfwalkers, that's an old school animated film like that, needs to be separated from, these computer generated animated films. It's two totally different styles of, movie making now. And, The Wolfwalker stands no chance when you have a animated film like Soul. So it just Soul will win it, but Wolfwalkers, go watch it if you haven't. I believe it's on Apple. So
yeah, it is.
check that out. All right, we're going to separate the screenplays in this one. Best adapted screenplay. Nomadland is the favorite at -350. The Father at +450. Borat subsequent movie film. I'm not sure how that even has a script, so I'm not quite sure how that works out. But One Night in Miami at +1600 and The White Tiger at +3000. Where are you going with best adapted screenplay?
I think Nomadland will win this. I don't have much doubt about that. However, if you want a long shot, I think both One Night in Miami and The White Tiger were beautifully adapted for the screen. And if I were just going to say, heck with it, I'm going to put $100 down on The White Tiger. And if it won, I'd be rich. Although One Night in Miami is more likely to win than The White Tiger. But both of them were, I thought, excellently adapted.
Maybe we'll go over to India and The White Tiger has a better chance to.
No, you don't want to go to India right now.
Nobody wants to go to India right now.
They're all dying from COVID over there.
All right, Dr. M. Sage, where are you going with this?
Well, my pick would be Borat, because I just think that Sacha Baron Cohen is just amazing at putting that story together. I think Nomadland will win.
I think Nomadland's a pretty strong favorite. I haven't seen The Father, but that would be probably my second choice if I was looking for anything in this. I thought One Night in Miami probably deserved a couple more nominations, but I just don't think it has a chance in adapted screenplay. But Nomadland's solid choice here. Let's go to Best Original Screenplay. Promising Young Woman, the favorite at -250 here. The Trial of the Chicago 7 at +175. Minari at +1400. Judas and the Black Messiah at +3300. And Sound of Metal at +3300. Really deep category here.
Yeah.
Do you think the favorite Promising Young Woman deserves those kind of odds, or are you going somewhere else?
I am going somewhere else, although I do think Promising Young Woman, this category is loaded. Every one of these is just a great screenplay.
Yep.
It's hard to pick a winner. I have to say, I think that Trial of Chicago 7 will win, but I think Minari should win. I thought that screenplay was just so touching, and I loved it.
Dr. M. Sage, where are you going with original screenplay?
I would like to see Sound of Metal win, but I think Minari will be the one that wins. I think that's just a fantastic story, very well written.
This is
good family story.
A really tough one. I think Minari's hurt because it's not totally in English, so I wonder if that might hurt it a little bit in original screenplay.
You can read the subtitles.
Yes, but that doesn't mean the people who voted for it wanted to read the subtitles.
Really, they did. You have to watch international films.
Yes.
I'm curious how much they watch of the international films and how much random to buy arms lords pay them off for a vote.
I do know someone in the Academy, and she does watch every film.
But
that's just one person.
Through a few of them, though.
The Trial of the Chicago 7 at +175. I think really good value here. I think I'd find it very hard that they pass on giving Aaron Sorkin some sort of nod to being alive. So +175 for the Trial of the Chicago 7 here. All right, let's get into the acting awards. Best Supporting Actress, Yoo Jung-yoon, -300 favorite as a Best Supporting Actress. Maria Baklava, +275 for Borat's subsequent film. Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy at +1100. Olivia Colman, The Father at +1600. And Amanda Seyfried at Mank at +2000. Where are we going with Best Supporting Actress here?
Am I up?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right. Well, she's been winning all the awards all season, and she certainly deserves it. And that's Young, who is in Minari. She just won my heart. That I loved her portrayal of the grandmother, and so you're not going to win much money on that bet. So if you want to go for a long shot and bet a little money, go for Amanda Seyfried, because it's kind of a shame that, I don't know, she wasn't in a film that's now kind of getting as much attention. And I thought that's probably as good a role as she will ever get and play. And I did think she was outstanding. And I don't really think she'll win, but it's too bad.
Yeah, she was very good. I have to go with Yoo Jung-yoon. I think that she should win. I have a sneaking suspicion that Glenn Close may be, because she hasn't won before, and I'm not even sure why she was nominated. So I hope she does not win, but I have this just little nagging feeling that she might.
Yeah, I if they haven't given it to her for any of her actual good performances.
That's sad, isn't it?
I don't know if this is
sad.
the one she's going to end up winning it for.
I hope not. I actually hope not. I think she's still got better roles in her.
I think she's an excellent actress and probably should have won an award by now, but I just hated that film so much. I couldn't get into it. It was okay. It just, it's just such a terrible story.
But her performance doesn't come close to some of the others in this category, I don't think.
I really like Amanda Seyfried in this, but I don't think there's any way you can probably take her with any good conscience and think she's going to win. I do think Yoo Jung-yoon's probably a big favorite here. I find zero chance that the Academy is going to hand Borat, subsequent movie film, Academy Award. So I think Yoo Jung-yoon probably pretty safe to win here. All right, we'll move to another loaded category, Best Supporting Actor. Daniel Kaluuya's a heavy favorite here, but he's got Sacha Baron Cohen in The Trial of the Chicago 7 at plus 900, Leslie Odom Jr. in One Night in Miami at plus 1,400, Paul Rossi at plus 1,400, and then his partner in the film, for some reason, who's in every scene, is nominated for Best Supporting Actor, Lakeith Stanfield, at plus 2,500. Where are you going with Best Supporting Actor?
Well, I don't think there's any question that Daniel Kaluuya will win. I'll be shocked if he doesn't, and he was excellent in the film. But if you want to place a bet that might bring you some money, I do think Paul, I don't know how you pronounce it, Rossi.
Oh, so good.
He is a long shot. I'd put my money on him. I think he could win. He conveyed so much with his words and his facial expressions. And, it's just, again, Sound of Metal isn't a movie that's been widely seen. I don't think he's an actor that people know real well, but he's my long shot. And unfortunately, I did think Lakeith Stanfield was very good in Judas and the Messiah, but he stands behind Daniel Kaluuya, who played Fred Hampton, and it's just not going to happen for him, I think. But Paul Rossi could sneak away.
Dr. M. Sage?
I would like to see Paul Rossi win. I think he was amazing in that movie. I would really like to see Lakeith Stanfield win. I thought that I wish he would have been nominated in the category where he was supposed to have been nominated for Best Actor. I think that Daniel Kaluuya will probably win, but I really, really thought that Lakeith Stanfield was fantastic as Bill O'Neill.
Yeah, I think I'd lean Daniel Kaluuya, but with Lakeith Stanfield, I'm very worried.
Cross each other out.
They're going to split votes. You see it sometimes in sports awards where two guys on the same team are both up for, like an MVP award, and then end up splitting half the vote to each other, and it sort of screws them over. So I think if that happens, there could be a long shot in there between Cohen. I doubt Odom Jr., but Paul Raci and Cohen could end up getting this if the votes get split. Once again, I have no earthly idea how Keith Stanfield is in a supporting role when he's literally in every scene of the movie from start to finish. So how that worked out, I have no idea.
Fantastic.
But
he doesn't understand how he's in that category either.
Yes, but anyway, we'll move on to probably the deepest category, and I think really you could make a case for every one of these women winning the award here. Best Actress, we got Carey Mulligan as a slight favorite at plus 135, Viola Davis at plus 185 for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Frances McDormand at plus 350, Andrea Day, who has really moved up as Billie Holiday in the United States versus Billie Holiday at plus 600, and then Vanessa Kirby in Pieces of a Woman at plus 1,400. Easily the deepest
tough category.
Easily the deepest category of the whole Academy Awards. Where are you going with your choice here, Rita Cinema?
Well, here's where, if I've got some money to bet, I'm going to put some money on every single one of these actresses. Obviously, one of them will win, but they're all so good. You know, back when I saw Nomadland, I kind of thought nobody's going to beat Frances McDormand, and I do think she's one of the great actresses of my generation, my time. But I don't think she's going to win. But unfortunately, I don't think Carey Mulligan's going to win either. I'll tell you, while I hate to say it, I think Viola Davis will win. I don't want her to. I would not pick her. But if I were advising people to put some money on this, I'd probably say go with her. And honestly, it's even hard for me to say who is best because Andra Day, wow, she just, I was shocked when she won the Golden Globe. And then I watched the movie. I hadn't seen it. And wow, she blew me away. She is great. The movie is not great, but she is great. And the same with Vanessa Kirby. The two of them, unfortunately, are in movies that can't carry them, but they carry the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dr.
I'd say you better put your money on Viola Davis. Like it or not, she's not my choice, but like it or not, you better put your money there.
Dr. M. Sage, what is your thoughts on Best Actress?
I will not put any money on Viola Davis. I think that Andra Day for Billie Holiday deserves the award. She did an amazing job. I was so impressed with her performance. That movie is all over the place. It didn't know what it wanted to be. So it just doesn't, it's not a good movie. But watching her in the movie is just enlightening. I mean, she's fantastic. I still think that Carey Mulligan could possibly win this award, though.
Be happy to see her.
I think you both said it. I really liked Andrea Day in the United States versus Billie Holiday. The movie is pretty much an abomination other than her. I don't even know. It was long. I don't know why they just didn't split it up and make it into a mini series, and then she probably wins an Emmy award, and we're probably okay. But the movie is terrible, so I just don't think they can
focus to the movie. You don't know.
None. You can't tell the stories about.
There's already movies about Billie Holiday that are better than this one.
So I don't think you could probably give it to her, though. I think if I was leaning, it'd probably be her. I would go Frances McDormand at plus 350. I think that's probably the best money to odds if I was laying money to win it. But I think any three of Mulligan, Davis, and Frances McDormand could take it. It's just too close to call. And then if you went based on performance, Andrea Day really could, probably deserves it over all four. So I probably lean Frances McDormand in Nomadland, but a whole lot of good actresses to choose from in that category. We'll move on to Best Actor, which isn't quite as deep. I don't think these roles were probably the best. Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is a minus 1,600 favorite. Anthony Hopkins, the father, plus 700. Riz Ahmed at plus 1,400 for Sound of Metal. Steve Yeun for Minari at plus 2,500. And Gary Oldman for Make at plus 2,800. Rita Cinema, what's your choice for Best Actor?
Well, this wasn't nearly as strong a category, I think, as Best Actress.
No, it's not.
And the favorite doesn't even deserve to be nominated.
Chadwick
I would
Boseman,
agree with that.
Everyone thinks he's going to win.
Yes.
But let me tell you a little thing I read, and that is that, the problem is here, I have not seen The Father. But a lot of people think that the members of the Academy who would vote for Chadwick Boseman would also vote for Riz Ahmed. And that group of people are going to divide their vote. And then
interesting.
All the old guard are going to come up and vote for Anthony Hopkins, and Anthony Hopkins is going to win.
Interesting.
This is your vote divided, Matthew, with MVP.
Yes.
So I'm kind of saying, put your money on Hopkins, because I think he might just win.
Dr. M. Sage, where are you going with Best Actor?
I also have not seen The Father. That's just a movie I don't think I can take. But my choice would be Riz Ahmed. I think his performance was excellent. I think he could steal the category. I think Chadwick Boseman will probably win. He's the sentimental favorite. I don't think his performance was good. I don't think it was close to Riz Ahmed's performance.
Yeah. I don't know, even if the vote comes out where it's Anthony Hopkins, if they're going to be able to not say Chadwick Boseman here. So, but I have not seen The Father either, but good people who I've seen said Anthony Hopkins' performance in it is ridiculously good. So
I'm sure it is.
I put a little money on that plus 700 for Anthony Hopkins, and maybe everybody sort of comes to their senses a little bit and realizes, well, we all like Chadwick Boseman, and he was in numerous very good films. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom really was not one of his best ones, and we just don't have to give him an Academy Award because he sadly passed away this year because it's the last movie he made. So I think a little money on Anthony Hopkins here might be a little safe to bet. Riz Ahmed's performance was outstanding. I just, I've mentioned it was Sound of Metal. I just don't know how many have seen that film and will vote Riz Ahmed to win it, but I really did like his performance. All right, down to the final two. We're going to go Best Director here. Chloe Zhao for Nomadland is the favorite at minus 2,500. David Fincher at plus 1,000 for Mank. Emerald Fennell, Promising Young Woman at plus 1,600. Liz Isaac Chung at plus 1,600 for Minari. And Thomas Fitterberg, Another Round. If you haven't seen that movie, really pretty good film. So maybe check that one out at plus 2,800. Where are you going with Best Director here?
Well, I have not seen Another Round, so it's hard for me to evaluate Thomas Vinterberg, and I haven't really read a great deal about it either. And frankly, I think this is Chloe Zhao's award this year. I mean, that's all you ever hear. I'll be shocked if she doesn't win, totally shocked. So will she. I think she, and everybody else in the film world. However, I do think if there's a long shot who could sneak up and beat her, it's Lee Isaac Chung for Minari. Very well directed film. I mean, if you can get a little kid to act that way.
Yes.
It very, very good job on directing there. But that's a long shot. I think it's Chloe Zhao's to win.
Yeah. Dr. M. Sage, where are you going here?
I think that Chloe Zhao will win. I think that Fincher is a long shot that could win, actually.
Yeah, I might have a couple minds here. I don't think Chloe Zhao at minus 2,500 is a good bet.
No.
No, it's not a good bet.
I had a long shot bet too.
Especially when you have two directors in here. One, David Fincher, who pretty much everybody loves and regards as one of the great directors of our time, sitting there at plus 1,000. And then Lee Isaac Chung. I think the Minari movie is a bit of a sleeper here. I think it's closer to Nomadland than people think. Overall, we'll get to that.
I think so too.
Sure. So at plus 1,600, I mean, I wouldn't be afraid to put, a tad of money on Fincher or Lee Isaac Chung here to see if maybe they don't like Chloe Zhao and her van traveling movie all that much. So I would lean that way, but I do think Chloe Zhao will win it if we're asking that. But I think the minus 2,500 betting odds I'd stay away from. We'll go to the big one here. Best picture here. Nomadland, the favorite at minus 600. The Trial of the Chicago 7 at plus 600. Minari at plus 1,400. Promising Young Woman at plus 1,600. Mank at plus 3,000. Judas and the Black Messiah at plus 3,300. Sound of Metal at plus 10,000. And The Father at plus 10,000. Rita Cinema, what is your best picture this year?
Okay.
I'm on pins and needles, Rita Cinema.
Well, first of all, let me say that there was a point this year where I felt like the movies weren't that good. But I've gone back and watched several of this more than once, and I've really thought about these films. And actually, I think this has been an outstanding year, and that these films are all
I think so too.
Just absolutely excellent films. Plus that whole alternative list that I gave you. Those were great films too. So this is hard. I think these are all very good films. I think Nomadland is probably going to sweep and, get a lot of awards, and I think it probably will win, but I wouldn't necessarily want you to put money on that film because you're not going to win anything. So if you want a longer shot, take Minari, because it is also an excellent film and you might win a little money with that one.
Dr. M. Sage, where are you going?
I thought Nomadland would win this category. I thought it would be Best Picture, but I started thinking about it again, and I think there are a lot of people who may not like that movie, who may not actually relate to that movie. I think Minari might win Best Picture. I would probably choose Minari, I think.
Yeah. I think the film year, I agree with you. There are a lot of good films. I think the problem with this year, there's not that one or two like great films where you go, wow, that's the most amazing film ever, where, in past years, there's usually one or two that separates itself really from the pack. And you look at this list and it's all, a list of good, solid films that are well made and well done. So I think it was a good year, but I wouldn't go like greatest year ever. And that also might be because we were all stuck in our house for a year and a half now. So that might have affected a little bit. I really thought a couple of months ago, Minari might make a push up the board and steal this. But I don't know if it's because COVID and they haven't been able to do their little, press tours around, that it's gotten, quite the, ball rolling that it usually does. So I don't love it quite as much to steal this. I think this is going to be Nomadland. But it would be very hard for me to bet the minus 600 here. I don't think I'd touch the Trial at the Chicago 7 as the second favorite. If I was taking anything, I'd lay a little money on Minari. But I think Nomadland will definitely be the choice that will win Best Picture here.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Every year there is some movie, one or two, that is nominated that really affected me emotionally, and I really felt something about the movie. Now, it's not always the movie that wins, but it's usually the movie I want to win. This year, there were two in this list that actually, I think, brought my emotions up and, cried a little bit, whatever. And they are The Trial of the Chicago 7, because that ending where he's reading the names of the dead soldiers, that just tore me up. And I don't know how many Academy members were young adults in 1968, but if they were, they will have felt that too. The other was Minari, which was such a touching family. I mean, it was heartbreaking.
Yes.
I cried like a baby watching the end of that film. So I would say those two films of this list, I mean, I felt things in all of them. I haven't seen The Father, but those two films impacted me emotionally watching them, and so that's why I like them so much, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think that there's a little bit of suffering here from not seeing things on the big screen. I think that if you watch Nomadland on a big screen, that it probably would be even more the favorite, just because that had to be visually amazing on a big screen, and right. We had to watch it on our big screen TVs.
Right.
So I think that is one reason why we're not seeing a movie that we think pulls away as the big favorite, because we watch them in a very much more small way than they were meant to be seen. I think Mank also, if you saw it on a big screen, it would be like, wow, this is really much more than I actually thought it would be. So I think I think the movie suffered a little bit from that.
Yeah. All right, so that's our Academy Awards show. We first gave our Academy Award picks, our own films, and then we gave the actual best bets for the Academy Awards. Be sure to find us on greenlightnetwork.org, Greenlight Network on Facebook and YouTube. Like and subscribe for our show. That's our show, and we're out.